Yeah. So I'll be covering for some fundamental things about the SAP and SAP SD overview. Okay. So then, if time permits, we'll be discussing the TOSCA project overview. Okay. Last 10 to 15 minutes, I'm allocating for Q&A. Okay. If in between, if you have any queries, make a note. I will be addressing in the end of the session. Yeah. Fine. So. So anyone priorly know what is SAP? Does anyone know what is SAP? Fundamental things. Have you heard about SAP? Does anyone know what is ERP? Okay. So my voice is clear, right?
Yes, your voice is clear.
Yeah, thanks. No worries. Today we are going to start from very scratch. Okay. Like SAP is a company. Okay. Also, this is the ERP tool. Okay. SAP stands for System Application and Product and Data Processing. Okay. So SAP by definition, it is also called as an ERP software, as well as the name of the company is the Europe-based company. Okay. So now SAP is also a ERP. First, we'll try to understand what is ERP. Okay. So what is the benefit ERP? What will happen if you implement ERP? What will happen if you are not implementing ERP? ERP is called Enterprise Resource Planning. Okay. For example, I'm taking a few examples over here to discuss few fundamental concepts. Like we are running a company. Okay, the customer calls us. They are asking for some products. So our team will pick it up. Sales team will pick it up. They will check with the inventory team. Okay. Once the inventory team is selling that, the product is out of stock. So what will happen? So we lost the customers. Okay. Also, we don't have proper cycle whether the product is available clearly or what is the manufacturing is done properly or not. So if the ERP is not implemented, this will be the case for each. Either it may be a product or it may be a service. Okay. So now we'll discuss how the ERP will work. Okay. For example, I will take the similar example. So customer calls to the sales team. They are checking whether the products are available or not. Okay. If it is a positive case, there is nothing to discuss. We'll be delivering that product. We'll discuss the negative scenarios. So sales team again checking with the inventory team. Inventory team telling that these products are out of stock. So then sales team will discuss with the product planning team. They sales team will ask the product planning team to start the manufacturing. Okay, because the product is out of stock. So product planning team, what it will do now? Next step, it will check with the inventory team whether the raw materials are available or not, because they need to manufacture product. So the raw material is not available. We'll take the negative scenario here as well. So the product planning team will ask the vendor to deliver the raw materials. Once the raw materials received the product planning to the product planning team, so the product planning team will send the raw materials to shop floor execution team. So that team is responsible for the manufacturing the product. Once the product is manufactured by the shop floor team, they will send it back to the sales team. Sales team will share to the customers. So these type of loops will be connected to each and every systems in the ERP. So once the customer buys the product, they need to pay the money, right? So once they are paid, the sales team will report the details to the finance team. Okay. Same ways in the production planning, if they are going to procure they're going to buy the products from the vendors, right? So they need to submit the financials with the finance teams. Okay. So for each and every teams, if they need any sort of human resource, all the teams will go to the HR team. Okay. So all are interconnected. You can get the status from one team to another. They know all the details, what is happening, what is the progress happened in the system. Okay. So this connection we can achieve in the ERP. So this connection is given by the lot of companies. One is SAP, Salesforce, some other ERPs are available in the market. So today we are going to discuss about the SAP things. Okay. Hope it clears the what is ERP. Okay. Let's quickly reiterate what I covered. Okay. First, the customer is calling to the sales team for some products. Okay. Product is not, they are sales team is checking with the inventory team. Inventory team saying that we are running out of stock. So sales team will go to the product planning team. Product planning team will start the production. So to start the production, they need a raw material, right? So the product planning team go to the inventory team. So once the inventory team to check the raw materials, if the raw materials not available, product planning team go to the vendor. The vendor will supply the raw materials to the product planning team. Once the raw materials delivered by the vendors, so the raw materials will be pushed to the shop floor execution. Okay. Once the shop floor execution manufacture the product, they will push the product to the sales team. Sales team will deliver the product to the customer. Once the customer has paid the amount, it will be directed to the finance. Okay. Also, while purchasing the raw material, if the finance aspect is needed, the finance team will take care of this. So all the teams, if they need any sort of human resource, they will go to the HR team. So this we can achieve using any ERP tools. One of the leading ERP tools is SAP. Okay. Now we'll discuss what are the SAP modules are available. Okay, because SAP is a very vast enterprise model. It is very difficult to understand, learn everything at once, but we'll break down. Okay, so now when it comes to SAP models, there are two different types of SAP models. One is functional model, another one is technical models. So functional model means, like as we discussed in the latest example, the finance things are taken care by FI model and controlling model, and sales and distribution. Selling the product and distribution product will taken care in the SD model. Maintaining the material, maintaining the warehouse and everything will be planned in the material management model. And SAP PP, production planning, they will plan the production. Okay, so and QM, quality management, it will, as a name represents, it will check the quality of the product manufacture. And plant maintenance, because once the raw material is turned to the full product, will be maintaining in the warehouse and plants, right? So we need to maintain that plant, right? So this type of things will be having in the PM model, plant maintenance. And one is HCM or HR, human capital management, or HR, human resource. So this will be taken care by like all the human resources will be taken care by this model. Warehouse management and EWM, extended warehouse management. Okay, and few more models also there. Okay, these are the functional models. Okay, now when it comes to technical models, SAP above, SAP basis, SAP security, SAP NetWeaver. So these will help the SAP system to customize the SAP systems in the backend, like development aspects. So this will be handled in the SAP technical models. Okay, now we'll be like as we mentioned, we have n number of technical models, n number of functional models. In this particular course, we are going to discuss in depth about the SAP SD. Okay, so SAP SD, sales and distribution. Now we'll see how the sales and distribution will looks like. Okay, now in other terms, sales and distribution model is called as order to cash. It will start from order, it will end to cash. Okay, now each and every module will have a cycle. Now we are going to discuss how the SD module will work, how the cycle starts and where it ends. It's like a loop. Okay, so as I attached one reference picture, so I'm going to refer this one. First, it will create an order. Okay, like we have received a list of details from the customer stating that I need these products, this much quantity, this much period I need. So you received the product list from the customer end. So you, based on that, you will create an order. Okay, that is the first step in SD. Once the order is created, now based on the order, we will be checking the availability, whether the product is available or not. Okay. So after checking the availability, we are creating the outbound delivery. Outbound delivery means that outbound delivery have a list of products that's going to be delivered to the customer. So that documentation is called an outbound delivery. Okay. Once the outbound delivery is created, we'll be planning the transportation. Okay. So because we need to deliver that product to the client location, right? So we'll be planning the transportation. Once the transportation is planned, we'll be picking the goods. Whatever is available in the outbound delivery, we'll be picking the goods. Once the goods is picked, we'll be issuing that goods to the customer premise. Okay. Now, once it is received, once the product is sent to the customer premise, we'll be doing the billing for that particular products. Once the billing is done, next they need to process the payment. Okay. This is a small a small overview about SD. This is a generic overview about SD. It starts with order, it ends with cash. Okay, they will call as O2C. Okay, SD is also called as O2C, order to cash. Okay, now we'll discuss a bit more about the what is SD, how the SD will work. Okay, now we'll discuss what are the key components of SAP SD. Okay. So we'll be having lots of key components are available in SD. So if you are going to one by one, we have a lot of process also involved. Now I will be giving a overview about what are the key components are involved in SAP SD. Okay. So first is master data. Second one is sales. Third is shipping of materials. Fourth one, billing and invoice and sales support, transportation of products, foreign trade. Okay, these are the main key components in SAP SD. Now we'll discuss one by one. What is master data? Master data, this is generic term in SAP. When specific to SD, master data will be dividing into three different types. One is customer master data, material master data, and pricing conditions. So what is customer master data? So we'll be having a lot of list of customers, right? So in this customer master data, we'll be maintaining the customer, all the details, like what is the name of the customer, what is the address, what is the shipping address, billing address, what is the agreement between us. So what is the how much period we put a contract. So all the customer related details will be maintaining in the customer master data. Material master data, because we are the manufacturer of material, right? We need in this material master data, we'll be maintaining all the details related to materials. What is the material name? What is the material code? Where it is available? What are the different plants? In which plant which material is available? So these type of details, everything will be maintaining in the material master. So pricing conditions, because we are going to sell the product, right? So pricing related, like maybe I'm giving a very small example. Pricing condition means when it comes to like high demand period, how we are going to maintain the prices. So like when we expect the more orders, how we are going to maintain the prices. In general, what are the prices? So whatever the prices related things, we are going to maintain the pricing conditions. Okay. So in master data, we have a three wider details. One is customer master data. It's consists of all the details of the customers. And second one is the material master. It contains the details of material. Third one is the pricing condition. It will consist of pricing for the different periods and few of the exceptions as well. So everything related to pricing will be maintained in the pricing master data. Okay. Second one, I will come to second component is sales. So how the sales will work? First, like for the customer, like if we are maintaining on manufacturing industry, we'll be selling the product now. Straight away, the customer will come and they won't buy the product. Before they will do some sort of details like pre-sales and post-sales all there. So pre-sales, like first, for example, we'll think in the post-procure customer. I'm the customer, so I'm going to purchase 10 products. What I will do first, I will check in 4 to 5 companies. That is inquiry. Okay, first I will inquire. Once the inquiry is done, I will ask them for quotation. Okay, these are the products I need. Give the quotation. So that is the second thing. So once the quotation is done, I will compare each and every quotations, which is very cost effective, which is more quality. So I will be having one n number of criteria. I will check with the quotations and based on the quotations and the inquiries. Based on that, I will fix one company. So this is the company I'm going to buy the product. So I will give the list of things to the company. They will create a sales order. Okay. So, and then we have one more concept called consignment. In simple terms, consignment means like the manufacturing industry is there. That manufacturing industry will send the materials to my premise. Okay. But when I will get build, right, when I consume the product is available in my premise, but when I consume the product, then only I'm going to build. Till that product, even though it's available in my premise, but it is owned by the company itself. That is called consignment. And scheduling agreements. So between the customers and the company will be scheduling agreements like this month I need 1,000 product, and one more month I need 2,000 product. This month I need only 100 products. So these type of agreements, and we have different type of agreements, but this is a very one small example. So you'll be for the next 1 year, these are my requirement. You are going to fulfill that requirement. So these type of agreements will be taken care in the sales. Okay, and credit and debit memos, like based on how properly we are returning the cost, how proper the communications. Based on that will be credit is created, and how much we can lend to any customers. So we have a limit we'll be having a lot of interest. Based on that, we have a limit. So these things will be taken care of the sales component. Okay. Now, billing component. Now, the billing component is when it comes to billing, it is very crucial and main part in SAP SD because the finance is involved over here. So in the billing, we'll be having automatic and manual invoice creation and the comprehensive set of billing functions, because billing maybe we'll be discussing in the upcoming sessions how the billing is involved in the SAP stream. Well, I will show some options, what are the billings and how to do a manual billing, how to do automatic billing. These things we'll be discussing in the billing section. How the pricing is done, how the pricing will be applied, if any discounts or any if they are not paid the bill properly, what are the things will happen. So these things will be taken care of in this billing component. Then shipping and transportation. So in this component, we'll be discussing what are the types of shipping component, how to generate the shipping component, what is picking, packing, how to handle the delivery and inventory things, and how to handle the transportation, how to schedule the transportation, so how to handle the returns. So these type of things we'll be discussing in this shipping and transportation part. Okay. Now, so what is the main advantage of SAP SD module? So SD is a very crucial module. Like maybe we have a foreign trade as well that will be covering the import and export of materials, how to handle those materials, imported material, and export the materials, because we are not manufacturing anything. We are just importing and exporting. So these type of things also we can handle in the SAP SD module. Okay. In the SAP SD module, we can track the sales transactions in one mission, and we can record the pre-sales and post-sale process, and we can define the process for sales and distribution. So how the company is preferring, we can curate that based on the company's requirement. Based on that, we can curate the how the sales and distribution will flow. Is there any approvals required, like single level approval, 2-level approvals? So everything we can customize and fix it. And it helps you to categorize the diverse sales and process. So like SD means Amazon is also will be using the enterprise module. So when things in Amazon, they're delivering the products throughout the world. So we need to think in the wider perspective. So how complicated it will be. Okay, how the peoples are involved, how the products are involved, so much of connections involved. We can clearly see what we need to see, what we need the details. So everything is maintained in a proper structure. So these are the main features of SAP SD modules. Okay. So now we discussed overview about the ERP, how the SAP will function, what are the technical modules, what are the functional modules, and how the SAP will work. Okay. Before I'm going to discuss a few aspects in TOSCA as well. Before that, anyone have any questions about the SAP and SAP SD?
Hello, hi Prakash.
Hi.
Hello, hi.
Hi, Lokesh.
This side Lokesh. I just want to know. This we have picked up for SAP SD module for teaching point of view. So
Hmm.
why we have picked up? What are the crucial things like if suppose we learn this SD module, then how we will get proceed ahead in future job searching and all, or what means it's a kind of easy, difficult, medium, or these are all the prospects. I just want to know as a curiosity, if you can.
Okay. Okay. So this course is for meant for TOSCA with SAP automation. Okay. So how the current market will be now? Like you need to be very well versed in TOSCA. Okay, that is the prime priority. So, but when it comes to automating SAP SD, if you know 100% how to automate using TOSCA, any screen, any flow they are given by the functional team, you can automate. But the expectation is anyone can learn the TOSCA, they can implement. But the main thing is when it comes to specific applications like SAP, you need to have a basic understanding of how SAP will work. Okay. So in particularly to understand how the SAP will work, right? So you need to understand at least one module end to end, how the functionality will flow, where it is starts, where it is ends, what are the different flows are involved. Okay. So you need to have a basic understanding of this. So why we picked SAP SD, right? This is one of the crucial module. This is very important module. Because like most of the enterprise things are implemented in different industry, but manufacturing industry, they need to definitely they need to implement the ERP. Okay, because this is a very complex process. When they implement the ERP, so they can everything is integrated, so they can see the process at each level. So we take the SAP SD just for the to understand the SAP, also to understand the SAP SD. So if you know how to automate one end-to-end module, we have a lot of scenarios we are going to discuss in the upcoming sessions. So like we are going to discuss handling different screens, different buttons, different pop-ups, how to handle the different tables, how to handle the critical tables. So if you this type of scenarios is possible in other modules as well, but you have a better view when you are discussing about the SAP SD. Okay. Any other questions?
Yeah, Prakash. In the session, can we create a master data as well, or you just told us for our information?
We're going to discuss few flows. Like this is not actually, I'm reiterating, this is not a class for SAP consultant. This is for the TOSCA automation. Like we are not going to create each and everything, but we are going to discuss different flows, how to create an order, how to create an inbound delivery, how to create a billing invoice. These type of scenarios we are going to discuss. We are going to
End-to-end
discuss the
scenario.
technical aspects.
Yeah.
SAP technical aspects we are going to discuss. Once it is discussed, we are going to automate that flow as well. So to automate that flow, you need to have a better understanding how the SAP will flow.
Okay. So we will cover only end-to-end scenario, not a functional configuration.
No, that is not our goal to create a range. This is
Yeah.
for
What?
functional testing.
Yeah.
Prakash, one more thing. Are we touched SAP S4 HANA and Fury as well in this course, or we are just concentrating on the SAP SD module GUI?
Actually, in this course is meant for SAP GUI only, but few people are asking me to cover the SAP Fiori as well. Maybe towards the end of the course, I'll be covering how to handle the SAP Fiori as well. Okay, the functionality will be the same, but when TOSCA perspective, desktop application will be work in different way. Web-based application will work in bit different way. So I'm going to give some examples how to handle the web-based applications. During web-based applications, if time permits, I'll be covering few sessions in the few years towards the end of the course. Okay. Any other questions from anyone? Hi, Abraham. Yeah. Okay, please. I will consider the silence as no questions. I will coming to Q&A in the last 10 minutes as well. During that, you can make a note. You can ask at the end of session. Okay. Fine. Now I'm jumping to TOSCA. So yesterday we started scanning the modules. Okay. Yesterday we discussed what is scan window, what are the different views available, what is the purpose of each views, and what are the different steps are involved while creating a module. Okay. I will be reiterating the same thing, and we are going to discuss about identification methods. Okay. So before that, what are the components are available in the TOSCA? Okay. Now, this is a project. Okay. So if I click on project, this is a project folder. Okay. How the hierarchy will work in the TOSCA. Okay. Once we create a project, will be definitely need to maybe okay. Okay. So what are the things are mandatory to in the project? So definitely you will have a first one is starting with the requirement. Okay. That is the first component. Will be storing the requirements. Second will be the modules. As discussed, this contains the technical property and application. And third one is the test case. And fourth one is the execution. And fifth one is the test case design. Okay. So this is the basic hierarchy. Like few people asked yesterday, like how we done this navigations. Okay, see here I maintain the reporting, requirement, modules, test cases. So just for my convenience, I opened this many tabs. Okay, so you can open it like this is a simple navigation. If I want to open this execution in the new a new tab now, just right click. Here you can see the plus icon. So if I open this one, this will be get open. If you want to rearrange, okay, you can just drag and drop. So you can easily rearrange. If this should be the first now, you can rearrange. Okay. Like whatever your preferred way, like it is not like first you need to maintain the requirement, next module, test case. Whatever your preferred way, you can maintain. It is not mandatory. It is not mandatory. You need to follow the some same step, like whatever we are following. So, but why I'm maintaining this type of approach? Like, let me close this one. Why I maintain the module, then test case? Because in the module only, I'm going to, once I create a module, I'll be creating the designing the test case. Okay. Once I create the test case, I'm going to execute. So for my convenience, I'll be making in this order: module, then test case, then execution list. If you want to move it the execution list to this before module, you can move it. Okay. Fine. It's completely based on your convenience. Now, let me open the SAP. So yesterday we scanned this page, right? So this is the, so now maybe I can see few people are joined newly. So I'm just reiterating quickly. Okay, I'm going to create one module. So this is the module section. To make any change, what is the first step? I need to click on the checkout. So once I checked out, I can make any change. I can create a new module. So my requirement is to capture these elements. Okay. order type, sales organization, distribution channel, revision, sales office, sales group. So how to start a scanning? The first step is to start the scanning. This is a scanning. I'm going to click on this application. So it will open all the applications opened in my machine. I need to select which application I'm going to scan. So this is the application I'm going to scan. So I'm clicking on this application and I'm clicking on this scan. So this is the first step. Open the scan and select the application you're going to scan. This is the first step. The second step will be whatever the views, like yesterday we discussed basic view, advanced view, contents view. Go to any views and select the components that you require for the test case. Okay, that is the second step. So I'm going to the contents view. I'm going to select the things I need. So these are all the text box I need. I'm selecting this one. So how to select now? Just move your cursor to that particular element. Once you are moved your cursor, it will be highlighted. You need to select that one. So I'm selecting this one. This one. Sales office and sales. Fine. I have selected whatever I need. So I'm again going to the advanced. Okay, this is the second step. First step is opening and start scanning the application. Second step is to select the whatever attributes we need to create a test case. Second step is clear. Third step, you need to rename the title based on preferred by the price and list team. Okay, we need to follow the best practices while doing the naming convention. So what is the how to name this one? First will be the transaction code name. This is a transaction. Create sales order is a transaction. That is the first thing. Then what screen that particular model, what is the screen we are scanning, that we need to enter in the second part. This is the initial screen or landing screen. So I have added. Then what present inside this module? What is present? This is org data, organization data. So added. This is the naming conversion. Okay, you need to follow this same conversion throughout the model scanning. Okay, wherever you are going to scan, you are going to follow the name proper naming convention. This is the third step. Fourth step will be needs to cross check each and every attribute. This is technically in TOSCA we'll be calling this as module attributes. So we need to check the name for each and every everything, whether it's self-explanatory or not. Okay. For example, I gave the yesterday example. I'm reiterating the same thing quickly. Like this is a text box. Sometimes if this is showing us order type text box, if it is showing like just a text box, no, this won't be the proper name, right? So at the time, if you feel that this is not a proper name, you need to cross check. You need to cross check and you can rename. So this is not a proper name. So I'm removing this one. I'm giving order type. So rest all are seems very good and self-explanatory. I'm not going to rearrange anything. Okay. So in SAP, most of the time, this naming convention will be proper. But when it comes to web-based applications, naming conventions for each and every attribute is very important, because in the web application, most of the names are won't be proper, and that won't be the self-explanatory. So we need to rename the things. That is the fourth step. Okay. Now first is scanning, second is selecting, third is renaming data, fourth is renaming the model attributes. 4 steps is done. The fifth step, achieve this message, selected item is unique. Okay. To achieve this selected item is unique, TOSCA is having 4 different methods to identify the item as unique. Okay. So what are the 4 methods? One is property, one is anchor, third one is image, fourth one is index. Okay. Now today we are going to discuss about properties. Okay. So using this 4 identification methods, we are going to achieve this selected item is unique. Okay. First, we are going to discuss identify by properties. So identify by properties means using the property of the particular element, we are going to identify and achieve this unique selected items unique message. So like even though it's a we have 4 different identification method. See, the identify by property is a default and preferred identification method. The reason is this is the most stable identification method. That is the reason I didn't open this one. Okay, I didn't open this identify banker. It's default coming in the right side. So like this is the ideal page. But TOSCA itself, in default, they are giving the module in the right side. This property in the right side. The reason is they're asking you to use the first property as identification method. If you are unable to achieve the this unique message using the property, then only you need to go for the other identification method, anchor or image or index. Okay. So we'll be discussing other identification methods in the upcoming sessions. Now this is the identification. Now we are going to discuss identification by properties. So I selected this anchor like order type. So TOSCA itself, while scanning any attributes, so TOSCA itself will try to achieve this unique, okay, by selecting any of the properties, okay. But our responsibility is to cross check, even though it's a selected item is unique message is already coming. I'm not going to the next step. I'm going to cross check. The reason is in the properties itself will be having 2 types of properties. One is stable property, one is unstable property. So we in the properties section, we need to select only the stable properties. Okay. If you are selecting the unstable properties, at the time it will show as unique. Okay. But for example, in the SAP or in web scenarios, will be the session ID will get created. That is also a property. If you refresh the page, the new session ID will get created. Okay, that is for one application. Maybe for another application, the session ID will be created. Once you log out and log in again, the session ID will get expired. Till that logout is there, login is there, the property won't change. So we need to check which property is stable, which of the properties are unstable. We need to identify this one. Based on that, we need to select it. Even though it's TOSCA won't consider that I need to select stable or unstable properties. It's try to achieve unique. It may select, sometimes it may select stable properties, sometimes it may select unstable properties as well. So our responsibility is to cross check and identify the stable properties. Okay. So when it comes to SAP, it's completely different scenario. Most of the properties are stable here. But maybe in the tomorrow session, I'm going to maybe in the Salesforce or in either web application, I'm going to share. Okay. So how the property section, how the modules will be there, I'm going to discuss, because in SAP, there is no work to make this as unique because it's already selected relative ID. Relative ID is unique. But when it comes to web application, ID is not a unique stable property. Here it is a stable, but when it comes to web application, it's completely unstable. We never select the ID. Okay, that is the ultimate rule when it comes to automatic web application. So I'm not today. I'm not going to discuss about the web application, how to handle things. For the tomorrow session, I'm going to maybe in the Salesforce or a few of the real-time application I'm going to take, and I'm going to teach you how to handle the web-based application using this identify web properties. Because in SAP, most of the properties are stable. I won't get a scenario like I will show that this is not unique. We are not able to achieve using properties. But web application, we have lots of scenarios that we can't achieve unique using the properties. So that type of scenarios I'll be covering in the next session. Okay. So in the next session, we are going to discuss how this identify by property is working in SAP, how the same identify by property is coming in the web-based applications, so that you can get an idea how the SAP is working, how the web-based applications is working. So if you have the idea, so because most of the time, once you are going to start working in the SAP, you will be like, you no need to much worry on the achieving this unique. Okay, this will be very easy. Okay, but when it comes to web application, it is very difficult to handle. Even though this course is created only for SAP GUI, my responsibility to make you understand how the web-based application is work, how full potentially you can implement the identify properties. Okay, now I will give you few stable properties. Okay, we are going to discuss a few of the type of stable properties in the upcoming session. I'm going to introduce 2 to 3 stable properties for today. So here you can see, right, this is default value. This default value will be the stable properties. How I'm telling this is stable property? Default name contains order type. So this order type is never going to change, because unless any proper backend team is changing each and every field's name, then only say, but that never be the case. Okay, this order type is mandatory. So this is the one of the default default name is one of the stable property. Likewise, a relative ID in SAP. A relative ID will be it will consider the entire page. It will try to extract the location where it is exactly present. Okay, so this relative ID is one of the stable property. Okay, now you can, like, if I unselect this relative ID, see the selected item is not unique. Okay, this is the like if you are unable to select any stable properties to identify unique, this is a message. Our responsibility is to make a unique. So if I unselected the relative ID, if I select the default name, now see, still it is not unique. I'm selecting the visible. This is one more stable property. So I'm coming back to relative ID. So now it is unique. So see, I have selected 3 different properties. Okay. So like you may have a question like, how many properties I can select to achieve this unique? Okay. What is the maximum number of property? What is the minimum number of property? Okay. So this property count, it depends on the each and every attribute depends upon the application. So you can select n number of properties till you achieve the selected item is unique. Okay. The thing is, you need to select only the stable properties. Okay, you can select like there is no minimum or maximum properties. Till you achieve the selected item is unique, you can select n number of properties. Okay, fine. Now, so I'm unselecting this default name. The reason is, if I unselect the default name, this is still stable. Okay, this is still stable. So I'm unselecting this one. I can unselect the visible, still it is stable. So this is by selecting only one property, it is unique. So no need to select, go for the next one, because if it is unique by only one property, you can leave it. You can go to the next attribute. Okay, but I'm going to select this visible. Okay, even though it's identify like unique with this relative ID, but I'm going to select the visible. Okay, the reason while covering the different action modes, I will take the question at the last. Okay, so even though like without visible it is unique, why I'm selecting visible while covering the concept of different action modes, I will tell you what is the reason behind this selection of visible. Okay, what is the importance of selection of visible? Okay, now I'm clicking on the sales organization. Same, it is already relative ID I have selected. I'm selecting the visible. Okay, I'm doing the same for distribution channel. So it selected the relative ID. Seems already selected relative ID. I'm selecting visible. So it selected the relative ID. So I'm going to select the visible. So everything is achieved unique. So this is the 5th step. Then I need to click on this save. And then I can close this scan window. So see, this is our module we have created. So whatever the naming convention we have used, the same is upgrade here. So whatever the modules, whatever the name we have provided, right? So same thing is incomplete. So also, like we have 3 pans in the TOSCA, like based on the position. Like this is a left pan, this is a middle pan or a center pan, this is a right pan. Okay, so in the right pan, each and every section, the property will be there. So like maybe if, yeah, like in the real time, you are not the one going to scan each and every model. You are going to work as a team. Team members will also select the select and create the products, create the modules. So at the time, how to identify like what are the properties they have selected to make it unique. So sometimes we'll be facing some failures. Before debugging, we need to check whether they have selected the stable properties or not. So how to validate this one? We can see the properties only in the Xcan, right? That is not a case. We can come back to the module and we can click on each and every attribute. So see, we selected this relative ID and visible, right? This is showing over here. Okay. Now I'm clicking on the sales organization. So see, we selected visible and relative ID. So this is reflecting over here. This is distribution channel. So see, visible. So each and every modules, properties we have selected in the while doing a model scanning, right? This will be shown in this properties column. So we have a few other properties as well that we are going to discuss in the next session in detail. So, fine. Now, so this is how you need to create a model. Now, we discussed this green color and red color, right? This green color means it's checked out by you. If someone is from your team and coming to this place in their machine, for them, it will show as a red color. See, stating that it is checked out by someone. They can check the who checked out this one. That is that for them that will be shown as a red color. For you, it's showing as a green color. But this is white color or no color. This no color means you just now created, right? So this is only visible for you. Okay. If someone is coming to this place now, they can see this module name, this one. But someone from other machine, they can't see this one. That is a representation of this white color or no color. Okay. The reason is just now you created. This is available in your machine. It is not reflected to the TOSCA server. Once this is reflected to the TOSCA server, then only this will be reflected to each and every one. Okay. So once till you release this one, this particular thing is available only in your machine. You can only see this particular models. Once you do a check-in all, so this is got released. So this module will see to other team members. Still
Yes.
no.
No. Okay.
The reason is they need to
Update
do
all now.
update all. Okay, they need to do update all. Then only this changes will be reflected in their machine. That is the reason yesterday we discussed the first thing as automation tester. Once you are starting the day, you need to do update all. The last work will be do a check-in all. This is the first work and last work as automation testers. Okay, fine. Now I'm jumping to Q&A. Okay. You can raise your hands one by one. We'll be discussing the. I'll be answering on each of the questions.
So, hey Prakash, one question here from my side. This is Bansi.
Hi, Bensi.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So, with the SAP, the course material that you showed, right? So, how many years of experience like we can show in our resume, like with this SAP SD? And so, whenever we get this, like requirement for this SAP testing, okay. So, will it be only for this SAP SD, or is it like they are going to ask from different areas of SAP?
That's a good question, Bansi. Okay, because that is a very important question as well. Like after completing the course, if you are, I'm assuming that you are doing all the tasks assigned by me. Also, you are doing the end-to-end project. Okay, based on this assumption, you can at least portray yourself as a minimum of 2.5 to 3 years in TOSCA. Okay. But if you need to project yourself as a 4 to 5 years of experience towards the end of the course, you can let me know. I will assign you a few more assignments so you can practice that aspects as well, so that you can project yourself as a 4 to 5 years of experience. Okay, but the thing is, I will make sure that you can understand all the topics. I also will make sure each and everyone will do a good amount of answer so they can understand both SAP and TOSCA very well. The thing is, you need to practice a bit more, whatever the task I'm assigning, whatever the additional things I'm providing. If you are doing the same at the end of the course, you can easily project yourself as a minimum of 2.5 to 3 years. Okay. Now that I am coming to back to the second question, like how the market will expect, like they will ask you only about the SAP SD. So like we are going to present ourselves as automation tester. Okay. And we are telling that I know I have automated SAP applications. I know basic about the SAP. So like the company won't expect, like different companies will use different modules and different projects will use different modules. So, but why they are expecting the functional knowledge, right? If you know basics about the SAP, if you know end-to-end about any of the model, you can easily cope up the other models. Because we are automation testers, we are not a functional testers. So we need to understand how the SAP will work, how the models will work, how the integration will work, what are the different components, like how to create any order. So once the order is created, order number will be generated. How to handle this dynamic approach, how to handle a table, how to fetch the data, how to handle the grid views. So these are similar across the models. Okay, only the field and the flows will get differ. Okay, like when it comes to SD, yes, in SD also we'll be having billing. In few other models also we are having a billing. So if you know how to perform the billing in SD, you can easily understand how to perform the billing in other modules as well. Only the screens and the navigations and mandatory fields will get changed. Also, one more thing you need to remember, like if SD, if we are implemented in this project, like whatever you're discussing, that is a standard flow. If some company want, like for example, to perform billing, let's take my create sales order example itself. So to create a sales order, they need to give this organization data. Once you go to the next page, we need to give the ship to party, sold to party, what are the products I'm going to create with the order, right? So this is second screen. Once the second screen is done, that third screen will I need to give some dates. What is the delivery date and expected date and all. So this is third screen. Once this is done, I'll be saving this one. This is one simple, this is a standard flow. If the customer want everything should be available in this page, I just need to click on this thing. So this type of customization also they can, if the customer want, SAP like developers will develop the page according to the requirement. They will reduce the flow screens as well. So this type of customization also we can do from the SAP end. Even though that is also SAP SD, both won't be the same. Okay, because this is a customer's choice. They have the privilege to change anything in the SAP. So if you want, like, because if this flow you won't know clearly, right? If they are created everything in the same page, you previously not aware, but you know how to handle these things, no? Then you can easily handle the standard flow. You can handle this customized flow as well. Okay, so that is the reason we are just discussing the end-to-end of SD.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Thanks.
Thanks, Muchi. Shubhatra.
Hi, Shubhra this side. I have a question understanding the last part that you had explained. That's about stable and unstable. So how do we identify it just based on can you show that part?
Sure.
So yeah, based on
let me scan this module. So this one you are asking, right? How to identify what are stable, what are unstable, right?
Yes, and that should be based on these two attributes, like visible and
default name we discussed.
Default name, and one more you had said.
Relative ID.
Relative ID. So based on these three, we identify if it's stable and unstable.
No, we have a few more as well. Okay. in SAP, I can't detail discuss this one because in SAP, this part we can straight away ignore. The reason is SAP is more stable when it comes to TOSCA. Okay, but as I mentioned it in tomorrow's session, I'm going to explain with the web-based application. At the time, I will clearly tell how to differentiate the stable and unstable properties. Okay, I'm going to compare this two modules.
Okay.
So during the time, you can
Okay.
clearly understand these things.
Got it. I asked because not all the applications will be in this form, right? If in the
Yes.
tabular form itself, right?
Yes,
So,
exactly.
okay.
That is the
Understood.
reason I'm going to compare with the web-based application.
Makes sense. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hey Prakash, just add to that. So if you add like more properties for unique identification, let's say you just have 3 properties now, but still I'm not able to identify. So I added 2 more properties. So will that be impacting my overall performance for unique? I means whenever we navigating through the objects, right? So will it be impacting the performance?
No. You can achieve till you achieve the unique thing, you can select a number of properties. That won't create any impact, any performance issues as well.
Okay. Okay, fine. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions?
In this training, we'll get the access for TOSCA and SAP.
Yes. For TOSCA, each and everyone will get the proper access. Okay, that will be valid for 7 to 8 weeks. If you need it for further 8 weeks, you can get the access of that as well. I will be guiding maybe by tomorrow's session or day after tomorrow's session. I will be guiding how to do installation and how to get the license and all. That is for TOSCA. When it comes to SAP, we'll be purchasing that 4 to 5 users. We'll be sharing all the 5 users to everyone. They can use whatever. If some user is occupied by some other one, you can use the other users. We'll be sharing 4 to 5 users to everyone. That is valid for 3 months. If you want to practice more than 3 months, you can reach out to our admin team. We'll be sharing the credentials for next few months as well. But if you need access for more than 3 months now, that will be our separate cost.
Okay. For TOSCA, it is from our side. Based on from our emails, we can create that, right?
That we will need some company ID as well. Okay, that our admin team will take care of this thing. Regarding the credentials, and regarding the access, you can reach out to Anita or admin team to queries or any queries.
Okay. Thank you.
Installation cost, installation and configuring the users, I will be covering in the next session. Both TOSCA and SAP.
Sure.
Any questions?
By that time we should download it, because till now we didn't get the link to download the things and the date. But
you can reach out to the admin team. They will share all the details with you.
okay, I have reached out, but yeah.
You got the response, right?
I got the response, but they told they will share it tomorrow.
Oh, okay. I will check with them. I will make a note of your name. I will check with them.
Okay.
Hi, Prakash.
Hi.
Only SAP or any other technologies are covered in this course? Only SAP or Salesforce or any other?
No, I'll be covering only the SAP. Okay. To compare the web-based applications, I'll be covering a few web-based sessions as well to differentiate how the desktop application will work, how the SAP will work. 2 sessions will be covering the web-based application. So when it comes to TOSCA automation, you need to think in the perspective of 2 applications. One is web-based, one is desktop-based. Whichever the application will be opening in the browser, that is web-based. Whichever the application you are installing in your machine, that is desktop.
Desktop.
Okay, so if you know how to to create like how to steer web-based and desktop application, you can the format will be, the structure will be same across the applications. Only the framework and little things will be changing each and every applications.
Thank you.
Because like if you can get
Hi,
the
Saikiran.
detailed notes, so it would be helpful. Along with that,
Sorry, your voice is
PPT.
too low, Saikiran. Can't hear you.
If we can get the detailed notes, like regarding live session, so it would be helpful.
Okay, if anything related to PPT, whatever I'm teaching, that I will share. Okay, I'm checking the people for detailed notes. I will keep you posting the updates, sir.
Like I can see that only bullet points are mentioned in the PPT.
For the detailed notes, I will clarify in the tomorrow's class. Okay, I'm also checking the team. Is there any alternative to convert the in the text format?
Okay.
Any questions, guys?
Hey, Prakash. Sorry, I texted you my question. I just wanted to discuss about, I know, just the course itself, right? Looking like my requirement is slightly different, so I was probably planning to chat with you maybe offline, not related to this course, but any other suitable courses that I can enroll.
Sure, you can reach out to the admin team. They will have to help.
Okay, I talked to them. I just didn't get the right response yet, but I can keep trying.
No, you can reach out to me then. I will give a proper response. If any assistance required from me, I will do that.
All right, yeah, great. Yeah, it's just that I want to pick the right course because there are a lot of courses being offered. I just want the one that suits my current role and future growth, right? So, yeah.
Sure, we can have a discussion after. Sure.
All right, thanks so much, Prakash. And I really have to say this. I really enjoyed your sessions. You're a really good teacher. So, yeah. All right.
Thanks. Okay. Any questions, guys? Okay, I will consider this silence as no.